I am Sidney O'Murray from The Legacy, a magazine that honors legacies and encourages individuals to create new ones. A part of its agenda is to document the lives of people that create new pathways that inspire or benefit the lives of others. In January 2016, I had the pleasure of sitting down with Rhonda P. Hines, inspirational speaker, owner, and CEO of Hines Management Group, and the first African American to be the Director of Contracting at the Georgia Department of Defense. Rhonda, how are you today?
I am well.
So recently, I was alerted to the fact that you got a significant promotion, and significant because of the history related to it, and of course for your career path. I'd like to know a little bit more about that in terms of when did this happen? When were you first appointed to this position?
It happened early January. Um, our colonel, our chief FMO, because we're the construction facilities maintenance office. And so our colonel had spoken with my director and said there were going to be some changes going on. And typically when you hear that, people get a little nervous. But I'm always a positive person, so I knew whatever those changes were going to be, they were going to be the better for the Department of Defense and the state of Georgia, and ultimately our soldiers. And those changes were that I was going to be promoted to the director of the construction facilities maintenance office regarding contracting. So that was a great thing, and for more than one reason, because I also am representing the African American community as the first person of African descent as the director for the state of Georgia Department of Defense, and I'm over the moon to have this opportunity.
Well, I just want to say, convey my congratulations. I'm
Thank you.
sure I'm not the only person proud of you. Your circles, your friends, your family, your parents in Florida
Yes.
have got to be proud as well. Of course, your siblings. So, at Legacy Magazine, we focus on the path that led you from point A to B, and in probably this case to Z. Well, let me not go to Z because your life is nowhere close to be over, right?
Let's
So,
hope not.
so,
Let's hope not.
so let's keep it. We at B,
Right.
and so we're just gonna focus on the Department of Defense here in Georgia. How did you land the job there to begin with?
It is the most unique situation I think I've ever been in, because it wasn't typical. I never interviewed for the position. Barbara Williams, who was a professor at Morehouse, the Spanish professor over at Morehouse, she worked in the environmental department, and a young lady over in contracting said, listen, we need someone that's seasoned in contracting, someone that's a go-getter that can get the job done. And she said, hey, I got a friend. She is tough as nails, though. She's direct to the point, but if you need somebody that's seasoned in contracting, Miss Hines, your girl. She's got a great amount of experience in the entertainment industry with contracting and mortgage and finance. So if you say you want to go get her, I've got someone for you. And they gave me a call. I told them I'd be more than happy to help them out in that arena. And I went and did all the paperwork because, quite naturally, it's the state of Georgia and the Department of Defense. So I thought I was buying a house. There was so much paperwork. And I didn't hear from anyone for like 2 months. So I went on about my business, and I kept it moving. And out the blue, I get this email, when can you start? That is my introduction into the state of Georgia Department of Defense.
Wow. Do you remember what year this was?
It was, I started, the phone call took place probably around, I'm going to say February 2009, and paperwork between February, March, and then I actually walked in the door the very first day, April 13th, 2009, and they brought me in as what they call the temp tech, which is a temporary technician. In the regular world, you would think that as a temporary employee. So I came in as a temp tech, and within 6 months, they offered me a position as a contract specialist.
Who offered you that position?
Colonel Carter, Colonel Randall Scott Carter, hoo-wah.
Ooh.
And if you want to know what hoo-wah is, that's the Army term for hell yeah. Hoo-wah. That means we're ramping up and we're ready to go make it happen. But Colonel Randall Scott Carter saw a lot in me.
You must have seen, yes.
He
I was
did.
about to say that.
Within 6 months, yeah. And I
That's
came
pretty
in
quick.
and I made it happen and literally hit the ground running. And there was a lot of changes going on, a lot of people moving up and out. And I distinctly remember what's so funny. I'll share a really quick story with you. But on April 13th, the procurement director that was over procurement with us, which is finance, over the money, and she was meeting with the director at the time, which his name was Jim Carter, and he's gone on to glory, rest in peace, Jim. And he was like, "This is the new young lady that's starting with us." And I remember specifically Angela saying, "You sitting here like you worked here forever. You're so comfortable." She said, "Most people that start a position, they're, a little nervous." I said, "Well, in 2-3 years, I'll be the director of the department anyway."
No.
And I was joking. Well, I didn't quite do it in 2-3 years. It took me 6, but hey, I'm here.
Hey, it was out there in the universe and now it's here.
Absolutely.
Right back at you. Okay.
Colonel Carter
Right.
he is that guy that, he treats everybody the same, and he is like, we have a mission in front of us, and we're gonna make it happen. Colonel Carter was infantry, so he's a real soldier. He didn't get his medals at a desk. No offense to the gentleman that did, because all of the soldiers, are very important to us. But Colonel Carter was out there in the field, was out there, in the war. He tells us a story about the snakes in his boots and, all that type of stuff. But Colonel Carter, being an engineer, in his background, worked at the paper mill. So, if there was a story to be told, he had one.
So I heard a story about him just on the first time you guys had to do a presentation. He just threw you into the lion's den, into the fire, and just said, "Hey, make it happen."
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of how he was. If he believed in you, he didn't
Let me hear
micromanage
that story.
you. Well, oh God, it's so many. But we were putting together the first 225,000 square feet headquarters. The state of Georgia had not built anything like that in over 25 years, and we were tasked with that opportunity. And we called it the Baby Pentagon, but it's actually Joint Forces headquarters in Marietta, and it employs and houses over 700 people, civilians and soldiers that go there every day and make it happen for the state of Georgia. And we had to hit the ground running. And Colonel Carter was like, "I know Miss Hines can do it. I'm just gonna let you have it and go."
What was your title then?
I was just the contract specialist at the time.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, I take that back. I have been promoted to senior contract specialist. It is so interesting, Mr. Murray. It was just like the minute I could conquer one thing, they gave me a challenge. I met the challenge. I was promoted. I met the next challenge. I was promoted. Actually, when I met the challenge of the 225,000 square foot Joint Forces headquarters, which was the first building we had had of that size and that magnitude over 25 years, I got deputy.
Oh, wow.
I got promoted to deputy. So that was huge for me to start
Give me
out.
the time frame. When did you become senior contract specialist? You started 2009, senior contract specialist, and then
by
deputy.
the end of 2010.
Wow, senior.
Yeah, 2010, beginning 2011. 2010, deputy, right at 2012. Spent a good year and a half, 2 years there. Director, top of 2016.
Can I slap it
Yes,
right there?
absolutely. Absolutely.
That's an awesome story. Could you give me just a little window into your past prior to arriving at the Department of Defense? Where were you born?
I was born in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, raised in Sandestin, Florida. I'm a beach girl. I'm a beach bunny. That's why you see this great tan.
And how did you end up in Georgia?
For college, came to Georgia for school, followed my siblings here, and, wanted to make a way. Well, I was a city mouse, was raised on the beach, but I had the city thing in me. And I just wanted to conquer Atlanta because I heard that's where the place you can make it happen. So I knew that the big city needed me. It was amazing. It felt like Atlanta was calling me. So I made Atlanta my home. And I have worn Atlanta out, and Atlanta has worn me out. But I've done really, really well here. I have my entertainment industry business here, Hines Management Group, where I've managed some of the best here in the city and have met some really amazing people throughout my path and throughout my journey, and have met some people who've really become my path partners. And if it had not been for those connections, I absolutely would not be here today. I battled cancer, and I'm a survivor.
I need a double snap.
Yeah, we did double snap for that. Yeah. I mean, I just can't thank God enough, and my support team, and you, Mr. Murray, and our connection, and Legacy Magazine. You know, if you would have told me, last year I'd be getting an interview for the C.E.O. Murray of Legacy Magazine, I mean, I'd have been like, are you kidding me, little old me? So I'm grateful. I'm so excited, and I'm just humbled to be able to represent the state of Georgia and the Department of Defense, National Guard, Construction Facility Maintenance Office, Contracting, and I'm grateful to
Should I do a who-wah?
Who-wah? Oh, you should have seen them trying to teach me that.
Okay.
Because before I was like he and ha, and Colonel Carter and Colonel Ootla would be like, no, that's not it. One day.
So that's that name. Hold on. So there's one missing piece of the puzzle. We heard about Colonel Carter all the way up to deputy director.
Yes.
We need to hear what happened between deputy director to director, and who was responsible for getting you on that path in terms of training or appointment.
Colonel Ootlot. Colonel Ootlot. Colonel Ootlot and my director, Kate Burgess. They played a major role in training me and just believing in me. They did not helicopter me. They did not hover over me. Colonel Ootlot, this very funny story. We were redesigning, at the time, General Butterworth's dining facility. We'll call that Building 53 for the story. And we were trying to get it in on time, and get it in under budget. And we had ran into just a few. I don't call things problems. I call them opportunities. So we had run into a few opportunities, and we were trying to get the furniture in and everything, because that's kind of like where the general, and he can have his lunches and have his meetings. So if the senator or the governor came to town, they wanted to sit and meet and have great plans for the state and all that. Or if Obama came to town, they could all sit and talk there. And it was very funny. I was trying to get it in time, and I was just really giving the contractors, their deadlines. And I was giving it to them in a very motivated way, let's just say.
I guess with this not being a video interview, they didn't see the hand pounding with the hammer, giving them the deadline.
Giving them the deadline, the big smile, right?
Yes.
Cheering them all the way in.
Yes.
And I had Colonel Ootlot he'd never seen me in that light. He'd heard about, the way I get those projects across the finish line, but he had never seen it with his own two eyes. And he was sitting there, and I think he had gotten so taken back by the display. And he said, okay, we're going to make it happen. He kind of patted the people like, y'all all right? And so now there's a joke around the office that when we want to get something done, if it's a sense of urgency, they're going to break the glass and bring me out. And my nickname is the Direct Rhonda. So if something's kind of getting like right to that line and we need to get it across, he was like, don't make me break the glass and bring out the Direct Rhonda.
Yeah,
so,
wow.
Yeah, so that's the joke around the office. But I mean, I love what I do. I would have never thought that a girl from the beach would be reading, plans and, walking on roofs, wearing hard hats and boots and, building things from the ground up. It's such a wonderful feeling to, see something break dirt, and then, 2.5 years, sometimes a year later, people sitting in that same building. I can't explain it. It's amazing. I love it.
Awesome story. Well, Rhonda P. Hines, or should I say, the Direct Director
Yeah.
Rhonda P. Hines. I want to say thank you for having me. We're almost out of time, so we have to wrap this up.
Thank you.
I'm sure there's going to have to be a part two. You're going to have to invite me to this wonderful house again
Yes.
to talk.
Yes.
And I just want to say, on behalf of Legacy Magazine, we're totally proud of an individual like you representing and doing yourself. Proud, and your family and your friends, your network proud. And I'm sure the Department of Defense, you're one of their prized assets. More than that F-15 or that stealth.
I don't know about that. I think they might tend to disagree, but I'm going to agree with you on this. Yeah, I'm grateful, and again, thank you so much. In the most genuine, sincerest part of my heart, I'm very honored to be a part of this interview and a part of Legacy Magazine, because I mean, you got to be kind of big time to be featured in here. So I'm grateful.
Well, this is what we do. We cover legacies, and
Thank
we
you.
believe you've created an awesome one. Rhonda P. Hines, thanks.
Thank you. Hoo-wah!
The proceeding was an interview with rising star Rhonda P. Hines, entrepreneur, inspirational speaker, and the first African American to be the Director of Contracting at the Construction Facilities and Maintenance Office of the Georgia Department of Defense. To submit interesting individuals or stories, please send an email to info@thelegacymagazine.com or visit www.thelegacymagazine.com.